Hello everyone, my name is Devinder Kaur and you all are welcome to my YouTube channel, The Enlightened Room. So today in this video we will discuss about our new chapter, and that chapter is carbon and its compounds. So in this chapter we will begin with the carbon, why carbon is so important that we are discussing about it. Of course it must have something special, right? And if we talk about something special, I would say that carbon is a unique element. So in this video we will discuss about it. So let's get started. So starting with carbon, I would today introduce you all about it. What is carbon? Well, everything in this universe is made of atoms. We have heard about it. But what atom? Right? We had until now discussed about elements, what are compounds, what are mixtures, what are metals, what are non-metals, what are metalloids, and these elements, these substances are made of atoms, and there are variety of atoms present in our universe. So most of the elements, no, I would not say elements, most of the things are made of carbon. Now what kind of things are made of carbon? The first example is us, we human beings. We are carbon material, okay? So all the living organisms, I would better say, all the living organisms are made of carbon. Now what does we count in living organisms? First of all, we count ourselves, human beings, okay? Then we will count the animals which are close to us, birds, and what more can we count? Plants, we can count plants, insects, reptiles, and many more creatures you can think of. So I would say etc. and many more, or name a few, anything, okay? So every living creature is made of carbon. Okay, now let's talk about the food materials that we eat. Now if you are aware with this part, then this part is easy for you, okay? Now for food materials, I would say we eat animals. We are omnivores. Humans are omnivores. We eat both animals and plants, right? So we eat animals, we eat birds, we eat plants, we eat insects, we eat not all kind of reptiles actually, sorry, not the reptiles, but many of the animals, plants and insects are eaten by us, okay? So also the food prepared by plant, which is stored as a starch in the fruits or vegetables, is eaten by us, okay? We even eat the leaves of the plant, of some plants, we even eat the roots of some plant. So if these whole things are made of carbon, that means all the food materials are made of carbon, right? So in the food materials you can say all sorts of non-vegetarian food like meat, beef, anything. And the food grains you can add food grains, wheat, cereals, okay, anything you would like to eat, maize, bajra, whatever, okay, the leaves or vegetables, fruits, whatever you want to add, okay? So food materials are also made of carbon, okay? Now again, if you're aware with this one, you can also find out, or the next part would be easy for you, and that next part is fuel. What do we consider in fuel? We consider wood, we consider LPG, we consider petrol, CNG, diesel. Add as much you can, okay? Because right now I cannot find those huge variety of fuels. You are the one to add. For petrol you can also call it as gasoline, okay? So all these sorts of fuel are prepared from or made of carbon. Now how do they so? Plants. When plants die, we consider it as wood. Now LPG, petroleum, CNG, we'll not gonna consider CNG, diesel, okay, petrol and petroleum. These are made from the fossil fuels. And what fossil fuels are made from? The dead remains of animals, plants, insects, birds and human beings, right? So those dead remains, when remain under the ground for long time, they become fossil fuel, and after becoming the fossil fuel, they become the energy sources for us, whether they are renewable or non-renewable. Alright, so we can say the fuels are also made of carbon. Now let's take another point. In the another point, I would say clothes. Most of the clothes, whether they are made from natural fiber, made from mixed fiber, made from synthetic fiber, are made of carbon. Also in part of food materials, we can add sugar too. Sugar is a carbon compound. Okay, remember this one. This one part is important for you all. Then is clean lines agents. Now what comes in clean lines agents? Soap, detergent. What else do you use? Any sort of things you use is made of what? This unique compound. That's why I said I will tell you about its uniqueness. Okay, this well, right now I'm not telling the uniqueness, it's its versatility. The whole thing we are discussing is its versatility, not the uniqueness. I will also tell you about the uniqueness. So it is a versatile compound. Now one more thing to remember, when we get sick, we go to the doctor to get medicine. So yes, medicine is also made of carbon, whether it is anti-allergic, whether it is antibiotic, any kind of medicine is made of carbon. So this is the versatility of carbon you are looking at. Now one more thing I would like to tell you. In spite of this versatile nature of carbon, the amount of carbon present in the crust of Earth and in the atmosphere is very low. The Earth's crust has only 0.02% carbon in the form of minerals. You can say the carbonates, hydrogen carbonates, coal and petroleum. And the atmosphere has 0.03% carbon dioxide. In spite of this small amount of carbon available in nature, carbon compounds play an extremely important role in our lives. Now, if you don't believe me that everything is made of carbon, the whole universe is made of carbon, then you can test it. How? You can take a piece of paper, you would burn it. If you are able to collect the gas in some bowl or some jar by inverting it over that piece of paper, that burning piece of paper, and that gas would be collected, that gas would be odorless. You could not be able to see that gas because it would be colorless, and that gas would be carbon dioxide. Now there is a property of carbon dioxide that it turns lime water milky. You would have studied it in lower classes. Whenever you take lime water and put it in the fresh air or the air just normally in air, that after some time that lime water would be turned into milky color, okay, because of the presence of carbon dioxide around it, right? So this carbon dioxide gas turns lime water milky. Then you can take that inverted jar and put it over the lime water, and then you would observe that that lime water would be turning milky. So it's a proof that yes, the whole things in this universe are made of carbon. Now my dear students, let's talk about why carbon is so unique. Well, before we have studied about its versatility, now we will consider about its uniqueness. Okay, so talking about carbon, what is the atomic number of carbon? You would have studied it in class 9. Atomic number of carbon, 6. Now what does the atomic number mean? Number of protons present inside the nucleus of an atom. Okay, and the mass number is also mass number is 12. Okay, now if the number of protons present in carbon is 6, and you all know that atom is actually neutral electrically. Atom is what? Electrically neutral, right? If the number of protons present in an atom is 6, that means the number of electrons present in that atom is also 6. So I can say the protons are 6, electrons are 6. Then what is the number of neutron? Put it in the value of atomic number. Atomic number is what? Sum of neutron plus protons present inside the nucleus. So if protons is 6, then you can calculate neutrons as 12 minus 6 here, and the answer would be 6. So 6, 6, 6. Carbon has 6 protons, 6 electron and 6 neutron. Well, this is not the uniqueness. The uniqueness continues as, also one more point before that. If you are aware about the periodic table, then carbon is placed in second period and in 14th group in the periodic table. Now why I am telling you? Because you will be discussing about it in the next chapter that I told you earlier. Okay, now let's talk about the uniqueness. Now you can see the atomic number is 6. That means number of protons present in 6. If number of protons present in the nucleus is 6 and number of neutrons is 6, in the first orbit, how many electrons would be there? Sorry about that. 2. The first shell can only attain 2 electrons, not more than 2 electrons. This is the duplet is complete here. Now let's move on to the next shell. Now how many electrons are remaining? 6 electrons were there, 2 we have added in the first shell. How many are left? 4. We will add these 4 electrons here. Okay, electrons are finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what is the valency of this carbon atom? Now what is valency? Valency is the combining capacity of an atom. It is the combining capacity with the help of electrons, because if the number of electrons are present which are in the valence shell, or you can say the number of electrons which are valence would combine with another atom, not necessarily with the same one, with a different one. To maintain the stability, the atom tends to have 8 electrons in second shell, third shell and so on. Why? To maintain the stability, to maintain the octet rule. So how many how many electrons are left here now? 4 electrons are left. So we can say these 4 electrons are the valence electrons of the atom, carbon atom. So since these are valence electrons, the carbon would share those valence electrons, would take the valence electrons from other, would give up. I don't know what it would do, because we are going to discuss it in the next video. Okay, so carbon would use these 4 electrons. I am using the word use now. Okay, we will learn why and how. The carbon will use 4 electrons to bond with other atoms to make a compound, and the compound formed would be carbon compound, right? So the carbon has the capacity to make 4 different bondings with different elements, be it methane, propane, okay, be it alcohol, be it sugar, be it all the things we have discussed which are made of carbon, these all are carbon compounds. Okay, but those were the in which we had discussed some complex ones, some were simpler ones. Even the carbon dioxide, if you remember, carbon dioxide, 1 2 3 4 bonds are here, right? So carbon has the capacity to make 4 bonds, and I would say carbon is tetravalent. Now what is the meaning of tetravalent? Now the tetra word here means 4 and the valent word here means the valency. Carbon has the valency of 4 electrons and it would use this valency to make bonding with other atoms to make carbon compounds, and most of the compounds in our universe are carbon compounds, and we will discuss about it in the upcoming videos. So this is the uniqueness of carbon. Okay, I would say I don't think there would be any element which would be able to make 4 bonds at one time. Not the compound. Well, the carbon can make multiple compounds, and one compound is all around us, that is carbon dioxide, and we are made of carbon. So carbon is, that's why, unique. Now I would say that it is unique. Okay, so this is up for today's video. I have introduced you with carbon, and in the upcoming videos we will discuss about it more, and hope you have found my video useful. And if you have found my video useful, then share it with your friends, like and share, like and subscribe to my channel, like my video and subscribe to my channel. You know I am not so good at this, so please do it on your own. Thank you for watching.